cannot get the first points of the game. So now it's Christy Gallagher, one of the top 10 scorers in the conference, gets the first hoop for the Vikes. Herself has averaged 7.2 and 5.7, and she's definitely been asked the most since Dean Saw's injury to step up as Ginnatasio drops the tray. She's on the board. Vikes up 9-2.
Okay, all right.
But I had a word with her father actually last weekend, and here's Langdon continuing to have a strong first quarter, 6 points for her. Half as well as, you know, all these important games down the stretch. So let's hope that they can achieve that through whatever opportunity they go for, as Callie McMillan, who just checked in defensively. It's been Langdon on the boards. It's been Weaver with the the extra minutes. As a nice take there again by Callie, somehow staying inbounds.
Which is that the Knicks were actually better without Patrick Ewing, despite him being their best player, and it has something to do with as Ginnatasio and McMillan work a great fast break.
Vikes now taking the outside, thinks about the three, but now we'll put it on the floor and swing it to Ginnatasio, who will drop the tray, put the Vikes back up by double digits, 23-13.
Games that Marissa played in, she was the Vikes' leading rebounder, and obviously that's a tough thing to replace.
Ginnatasio puts up a three at the death and gets it to go. 3 trays now in this first half, 13 points.
On the offensive end, she just usually has to struggle against players.
She's got 8 points now.
A little bit bigger than her, yeah. 8 points, second on the team, I would believe. And Ashlyn Day with another steal.
Steal and transition basket. Puts the Vikes back up by 12, so just as
in a relatively short amount of time. As
another
Ginnatasio
steal.
with another steal.
Here come the Vikes again. She looks to take it all the way in herself, gets it to go, and the foul. Amira going to the line now. This first half, or what was a 17-point lead at one point in the second quarter, will really be an insignificant part of this game, as another nice hoop there by Katie Langdon.
Littman just has a little bit more size than the players that Langdon has found to work on earlier
Nice
in this game.
Play by
steal
Ginnatasio. In transition, gets it to go. 18 points for Amira, as U of A and Manitoba will renew hostilities, but right now we've got a good one as Christy Gallagher, we talked about it, just four field goals attempts in that first half, already with more substitutes in the form of McMillan and Weaver on the next stoppage. Gallagher hits the three, puts the Vikes back up by 14, and again,
usually doesn't play underneath the basket too much.
Just has an eye for the ball hawk mentality for sure.
Yeah.
Ginnatasio crossover in the paint, beautiful little maneuver there by Amira. Now 15-5 as the Vikes push the ball up by 15. McMillan for 3, nails it. Callie, the clicker, puts the Vikes back up by 18, their largest lead. We'll head out to Lethbridge, the number 4 seed in the conference, to conclude the matchups next weekend. So I'm quite certain that that's the way it should break down, as we see Christy Gallagher put the Vikes back up as a head coach. But of course, couldn't be happier with the coaching staff and everything entailing it, as Christy Gallagher gets another hoop there for the Vikes, putting the it looks like they will fall just a little bit short to a Vikes team that continues to play hot. And speaking of hot, Amira Ginnatasio now over 30 points here this evening. As we said, it'll be interesting to see. And I also mentioned, Paige Thompson, who's been on this Vikes team the last few years, was definitely a member of their Big 8 personnel the last couple of years, as Ross Skelly, it's Ugranoff from the corner. In the preseason or even before the year began.
I never saw her this season.
No, was not available, so that may also be another factor in next year's team, but it's all about this year still, Jody, as Vikes come away 91-62 win here tonight. Outstanding.